All right, let's roll right into our post-qualifying for Sunday's 17th annual Ford EcoBoost 400, the season finale in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. We're joined by two of our competitors. Our second fastest qualifier for Sunday's race is Joey Logano. He drives the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske. And our 11th fastest qualifier and one of the Chase Championship, and he's going to be joined by another one coming up here right now as well. And that is Martin Truex Jr., and he drives the number 78 Furniture Row Denver Mattress Chevrolet. And he's joined right now by Kyle Busch. Kyle is the driver of the number 18 M&M's Crispy Toyotas for Joe Gibbs Racing. Kyle was the fastest of the Championship 4 drivers. He qualified third. Gentlemen, I'll just ask you an opening question or opening comment. If you could just talk about your qualifying run. We'll start with Joey Logano.
Not quite fast enough. I felt like, after practice, we never got out to make a qualifying run before the rain, so a little bit of an unknown going into qualifying for us. And, team did a good job, with the changeover to qualifying.
Harvick, what'd you do?
Wow. The main's up. But
go ahead.
Anyways, like I said, the changeover from practice to qualifying trim without making any laps was good. So, proud of what my team was able to do there. Just wish we were a little bit faster in the third round.
Thank you very much. And let's hear now from Kyle Busch. Kyle, you were the fastest of the Championship 4 drivers with the third quickest time out there, and your teammate is sitting on the pole. So just talk about that situation.
Well, it's not bad. So, we certainly got a good qualifying run there. Real proud of Adam and the guys for not making any qualifying runs. They did a good job of getting a good guess at what we needed to go out there and qualify with. Unfortunately, it wasn't just a tick better, but, we were kind of on edge there a little bit. But overall, pleased with the speed and the way that we placed right there. So, nothing to hang our heads about right now with our teammate being on the pole. I'll definitely learn some things from what that was tonight. Go back and talk to Danny about that, but also just our ability to be third right now behind another really fast guy throughout this season. So we'll look forward to tomorrow working on our race car, getting a good setup for Sunday.
Thank you, Kyle. And Martin, you qualified 11th. Just talk about your qualifying effort out there today.
Yeah, it was a decent, day for us. We never really could get the bounce, the car just quite like we wanted, but for us, really qualifying hasn't been our strong suit on these type tracks. So I thought 11th was a decent effort. Obviously wanted to be better and did a lot throughout qualifying to make adjustments and try to move my line around, and just never really could quite hit on it. So tried something a little different in the third round. Probably cost us a few spots there, but all in all, it's not about where you start here. You can, this race really hard on tires, really wears tires out, and long runs are going to be key. So looking forward to getting out there tomorrow and working on our car and seeing what we have for Sunday.
Yeah, don't watch.
Thank you, Martin. Our defending series champion is Kevin Harvick. He's the driver of the number 4 Budweiser Jimmy John's Chevrolet for Stewart Haas Racing. Kevin, I know you would like to have got inside, that little faster qualifying effort there, but just you had a fast car in practice. Just talk about how things unfolded for you.
Yeah, round one was really good for us, and then we went to round 2 and just really tight in the next 2 runs that we made. So, we just never really recovered from what we did in the first round to make it repeat. So, all in all, I just think our balance was too tight. So, we'll work on the race car and go from there.
All right, we'll take questions. Raise your hand. We're going to move quickly through this. We've got 2 wireless mics. We'll start here with my man right here from Albuquerque, Dominic. State your name, affiliation. Please, 1 question per person. Go ahead.
Dominic Cardigo on the RacingExperts.com. Question for Kevin. So after qualifying 13th, how much more pressure do you feel for Sunday's race now after qualifying?
It's really no different than any other week. I mean, we've not qualified as well this year as we had last year, especially on some of these types of racetracks. So, we got one out of 3 rounds, but we only got 2 shots at it. Well, we got 3 shots at it today, but so it's really not anywhere too far outside of the box from where we've qualified in a lot of these races this year on these types of racetracks.
Next question, Bob Pockers. Let's go. Kelly.
Oh, the next
like
one
this
for the
topic.
microphone.
Piper's
okay.
ESPN. Joey, Matt said that you guys met this morning. How did everything go? And were you glad just to get to talk to him face to face?
Yeah, I mean, it was, we haven't had enough of this one yet. Jeez. No, it was good to, NASCAR had us both sit down in there and just talk it out a little bit. So I thought that was good for us to do. Good call.
Next question. Other questions? Jenna, did you have one? No. Anybody else? Question for these four? We'll go with Brant James, and that may be it. Chris, you got one? We'll go Chris and then with Don Coble. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brant.
Brant James, USA Today Sports. How much bearing does speeding qualifying position, bear out importance in the race?
Who's that directed to?
Martin, go for it.
Kyle, you're closest to the front.
I didn't even hear.
How much does qualifying position here matter in this race?
It don't. Qualifying position here doesn't matter much. I think, with the opportunity that this racetrack presents of being able to move around bottom, middle, top, and be all over the racetrack, I think you definitely have enough time here through 400 miles to work your way to the front. So it's not a racetrack like last week at Phoenix or even Loudon or something like that where it's pretty single file, hard to pass. This place is good. So, I don't know that qualifying position has anything to say about, what kind of race we'll see on Sunday.
Go to Chris Knight, Don Coble. We'd have had a couple more in the queue, so go ahead, Chris. Far right.
Chris Knight, catchfence.com. Kyle, Eric Jones starts fifth tonight in the truck race. Have you talked to him about his truck, and where will you watch the truck race from tonight?
I haven't talked to Eric, no, not yet, about his truck today, but they came down here and tested. We had a decent test, so I feel pretty confident in Eric and the ability of the team to just go out here and have a good day today. I'm sure he wants to win. We haven't quite necessarily qualified very well with the KBM trucks on the 1.5 miles this year, actually throughout our existence, but we always seem to race well, so I really look forward to Jones having a good race truck and those guys being able to do a good job. I'll probably float between the pit boxes, most notably the 54 tonight, and just spend some time with Chris Bell.
We'll go to Don, we'll go to Jenna, and we'll end with Kirk Cabin. Go ahead.
This is for Joey, Don Coble from Morris News Service. How the emotion, the mentality of, you're at a race, but there's so much else going on around you and behind you, and how do you keep all that separate and do what you got to do on Sunday?
You talking about our situation for this race?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's, obviously you keep in mind, we all know who the top four are racing for a championship, so you keep that in mind for sure. You race them with the utmost respect, like normal, but at the same time, all of us are out there still with something to race for. We all want to win a race as well. So we like to obviously try to bookend the season with the 500 and try to get one here in Homestead. That's our goal this week. But we just as far as where other drivers are out there and what they're doing, we keep in mind on what they're doing and what their goal is for sure. But you don't want to be the guy that gets in the middle of that. But we want to also win the race.
Let's go with Jenna, and then we'll end with Kurt.
Jennifer, Joey, last week when you didn't advance, you had a very good attitude about it, no bitterness. A lot of people think you probably should be in this top four. What would it mean to you to, one, to go out and maybe be the spoiler and win the race, and two, why no bitterness at all, not being part of it?
If I look
Life
at
is
it,
short, Jen.
life is short, and really, if you look at this as a drop in the bucket, I hopefully have a long career in this, and I can be doing this for a while. And this is one season, and if you look at our stats this year, it's nothing to hold our heads down about. It's something we're very proud of. The amount of wins we got, the amount of top fives, that's something to be very proud of, and not hold your heads down about. And the way I look at it, if we finished second at Martinsville, and we still had that issue in Texas with the left rear tire, we wouldn't have made it anyway. You know what I mean? So I think looking at the big picture and staying positive. As a driver, you're one of the leaders of the team, and your attitude is contagious. And I think you need to be positive. At least for me, it works for me. But is it disappointing we're not racing with these guys for a championship? Of course it is. We want to be, but it is what it is, and we move on.
Final question from Kurt Cabin.
With the Indianapolis Star, for Kevin or for Kyle, whichever one. Gordon looked like he's out of the first round. Looks like he might not make the second round, and yet here he is, P5. Can you speak to, I guess, no surprise that Jeff did what he did in qualifying.
Kevin?
I mean, he was on the pole last year, so I don't think that's a huge surprise. I think we thought that he would run well and has run well in the past at this track. So it's not his first time taking a shot at it or getting behind. He was shocked. Yeah. Well, just telling you from the trailer, I mean, it looked like you were a little bit too loose, but you were wheeling the thing, so had a little desire in there.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Good qualifying. Good luck this weekend to all of you.